Okay, I believe I'm in. Yeah, okay, I'm supposed to be on the screen now. So, hello everyone, I'm Gaijin, and this is Fauna Direct 2022. So, actually, this is a thing that Banana Soup would run previously to discuss plans set in stone for the Fauna. You know, it's basically just like a Nintendo Direct. But I think, a bit slightly different of our approach here because, well, first off, we're not the game devs, but more so we're just wanting to talk about, how do I put this? The plans of the Fauna, like what we have pretty much set, like what are we going to be doing in the coming days. And the thing is, I think this would be best approach to have this as a discussion instead. Rather than us just merely mentioning like this is what's going to happen, this and that, because at the end of the day, the events that we're holding is for the community. This is not really like some form of like profit organization. It's just for all of us to have fun together. So I think this is a great idea in ensuring that the community as a whole is involved in basically shaping what the Fauna is doing. Before I get started though, I'd just like to talk about, well, me getting into this position. How do I put this? Honestly, I didn't expect myself I mean, look, like if you asked me a month ago, I wouldn't have expected myself to be in this position. But yeah, in the meantime, Banana Soup has had to step down, and I really wanted Fauna to move forward. So here I am. I would like to do my best to be able to work with everyone moving forward with this. Well, that's on you, Nix, for saying Stinky Tian. The Nightbots got you. And hello, Mikey Beats. I see you there in the YouTube chat as well. So yes, I have both chats open right now. I'm nervous. Gotta lie, I kinda am. But anyhow, again, this right now what we have is more of a dialogue, and if you guys can give your input like here live in the chat, then that'll be dandy. Otherwise, for the people who may be watching this on the VOD, or if not, we'll actually just be making a summary of the things we've talked about here in an announcement after this, so that everyone would be able to kind of like figure what's happening, and we can get some feedback afterwards. Because again, we don't want to just make decisions just because like, oh, I think it's a good idea, and then we just do it without really knowing what the community wants. But of course, we have some like proposed ideas, and basically we're going to be talking about that. So first off, before we move on to like the events and stuff, I want to talk about firstly the state of the Fauna. What's happening right now at the Fauna? What do we have right now with us? So okay, let me just switch this a bit. So I wasn't here when Fauna was founded. I only started playing this game for like in December of 2020. The Fauna has been around for like much longer, so I don't know what was the whole idea of the Fauna at the start, but basically the vision may have changed throughout time. But right now I feel like what we're really trying to work on and with the most is basically fostering a competitive scene in the Asia Pacific region. Initially I think it was just Asia, but due to how basically our scene is small, we also like expanded our borders to Oceania, and I guess we also deal with East Russia, although there's only like a few members from these regions. But that's basically, I think, our focus. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to do like other things as well. I mean, we had like crew battle, Fauna raid. These aren't really competitive events per se, but I think this is just basically our main goal in the Fauna. And I think this is practically supported by the fact that we, had the Maturino, finally got the partnership last year, and just in time to have that event. Speaking of which, that was pretty successful, was it not? It's a huge ass prize pool for $180. That was huge, and I think for a start that was very, very successful. Now, I'd already like to paint the picture in advance to the people. Obviously, we will be continuing to have prize tournaments. This is what we've tried to build on upon. Yeah, we pretty much ended the year in a bang. So that was, yeah, that it was really big just for the TFH scene in general. It's not just big for us, but just big for TFH in general, because I participated in tournaments like the Mad Cow Melee, and they didn't really have prize pools like these. And the thing is, for us, it wasn't that there was any special occasion other than it being our first prize tournament. But again, this is what I wanted to already paint as a picture. We will be having prize tournaments from here on. This will continue, but let's be realistic. Let's not expect prize pool to be this big in the future. But again, hopefully you guys will still continue to participate, even though the prize pools won't be as this big, because again, there will be prize pool tournaments continue forward, and they will happen on a regular basis. All right, moving on from that, most of our players are within the +8 GMT time zone. So how do we put this? I think majority of the players are from the Philippines, Singapore. We also have some from Malaysia. We have some that are from Taiwan and China. These are all how do I call this? These are all countries that are within the +8 GMT time zone. And the thing is, as you may notice here, even the Matcherino, we had been using the +9 GMT time zone, and obviously there's a easy reasoning for that. Banana Soup had been handling the Fauna all this time, and Banana Soup is from Korea, so the time zone they have there is +9 GMT. So Seoul, Tokyo, I think even some parts of East Russia will be using these time zones. No, I just called Taiwan a country. I am sorry if you're losing social credits because of that. Not me, I don't care. But yeah, pretty much, I'm just mentioning this. What does this mean, that most of the players are from the +8 GMT time zone? Nothing really. It's just the reality that's there. And how does this really bode for us? There's really nothing significant about this that we have to like make drastic changes. But one minor change we will be doing is that from here on, we're making +8 GMT our default time announcements on Twitter and Smash.gg. And if you guys have been following your Twitter, speaking of which, let me type that on the chat. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, because we're one of the things we do have in plan is to continue updating the Twitter and actually using it for like clips and other stuff. That's down in the pipeline. But if you've been keeping tabs on our Twitter, we've been back then we've been mostly posting in the +9 GMT whenever we announce times. But from now on, we'll be using +8 GMT. Simple as that. Just because majority of the player base is within this time zone. Now, honestly, this wouldn't really matter much because on Discord we use the Unix timestamp, which adjusts the display time to your time zone anyway, so long as you have the right time zone set on your PC. Anyhow, that's just pretty much it for the the state of the Fauna, or at least the things that I have for that. Again, guys, I'm reading your I'm reading the chat as I go along, so if you have any thoughts, you have feedback, if you have questions as we go along, you can drop them and I'll be addressing them. But I think we should move on to the things that pretty much everyone's looking for, which is the tournaments and events. You want Tian buffs, what can you provide? No! And secondly, if you ask for my opinion, I don't think Tian needs buffs. She needs nerfs. Stop this. Alright, let's talk about the tournaments and events. Before we talk about like what we are planning, I'd like to already talk about the things that we have and how we may be able to adjust that. Let's talk about Fauna Wednesdays. Tian needs to be deleted. No, I will lose a main. Come on, this is the Fauna Direct, not the Main 6 Direct. I can't give you anything about the game itself. We can only talk about the events. Sheesh. Okay, let's talk about Fauna Wednesdays. All right. So, as you know, of course, this became our prize tournament. So when we had our partnership with Matcherino, this basically became Oh shoot. That's not what I wanted. This basically became our prize tournament. Is Tian getting removed in 3 points? Stop! Stop asking me! This is not for me to answer. Can I make Palm relevant in the Fauna? You know what? Maybe one thing we could do to make Palm relevant in the Fauna is by having good Palm players or a Palm tutorial or guide. And maybe that could attract some attention. Moving on, can I go? What? This isn't the main. Can we go back to the Fauna Wednesdays thing? Oh god. Alright. So, Fauna Wednesdays. Before that, the Fauna Wednesdays has been basically our bi-weekly tournament. It didn't really matter much. We had a ranking, we had a power ranking. But honestly, let's be real, I don't think much of the people really cared much of the power ranking. And that's okay, because primarily the function of the power ranking is actually for seeding purposes. That's really all there is to it. So if you look at it some other way, that's fine. But anyhow, Fauna Wednesdays has now, well, with the last tournament we've had, has become the prize tournaments. And now, of course, that poses a question, will this be continuing on in the future? And obviously, the idea is, yes, we want to continue having the prize tournaments. But the thing is, we don't always have to stick to it to being the Fauna Wednesdays. We have been considering that it's held on Wednesdays, which is literally the middle of the weekdays. And it's held at 8 p.m., well, at least in this time zone. And the thing is, this can be pretty late. Most especially it's in the middle of the weekdays, and we cater to Oceania as well with our events. And I think this will be like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. and that's just the tournament start. So we've been considering that, should we keep them on Wednesdays? Most especially now that it's become a prize tournament, there's become more reason for people to participate in these events because, you know, there's something at stake. And obviously together with this, should we adjust the time? This is one of the things we've been considering. And the mod team basically have been had a little bit of a discussion on this. So yeah, we're trying to garner our thoughts as well onto this matter. Okay, so I'm seeing here, Nix, you're saying that on a Fridays we unwind with watch along. That is indeed an idea. Weekends for better schedules for majority. Yeah, see, that's also one of the things, Race. I hope, yeah, please change to weekends. Okay, so I'm already hearing as well opinion from Yifbei and Mikey Beats, and I'm considering knowing that the location of your players. So Yifbei, I know you're from China. Mikey, I cited the issue earlier already with the time zone in Oceania. So yes, actually I've been proposing this myself. Rather not been proposing, but rather been thinking this myself, because I didn't really say this to everyone. Okay, I see your opinion as well, Ryuko-sen, and I think this lines up with what I was thinking as well. I had been considering to hold this, to move our bi-weekly to Saturdays at 7 p.m. At this time zone, GMT +8. So this is the thing that I've been thinking. I see your opinion there as well, comma. Friday or Saturday, catch a lot of people with free. Yeah, I think these are usually the best times. Like Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays are usually the best times for people to be partaking in tournaments. Now, obviously there will be exceptions, because individual exceptions, but I think just a general thing is this is good for a lot of people. And yeah, we're pretty much hovering on this. Friday or Saturday for you, especially at night. Okay, so it looks like for most of the opinions I'm seeing here, this could line up with what you guys want. And I think we could do this. Or rather, we will be able to do this. Okay. So we will be finalizing things. Again, at the very least, I'm hearing your thoughts. Speaking for majority, you can take it off any day. Right. So, yeah, I'm looking into this. I think this will be the best case. The thing as well is I moved it by an hour earlier as well. Now, one concern I have as well with this, if we make it 7 p.m. is, well, this could be lunch. Not lunch. What? 7 p.m. lunch? This could be dinner time for a lot of people. And I know, like, a lot of people in Asia eat with their family and stuff. So Yeah, so I think not only, yeah, I think Saturdays may be the day itself may be already good, but maybe the time we'll have to take into further consideration. But I'm looking into 7 p.m. because this makes it not too late as well for Oceania. But at the same time, it's still, you know, still quite late anyhow. But it should be better because it's on a weekend. All right, so I've heard your thoughts. Yeah, I think, yeah, we should be able, we should drop a poll to vote. Wait, can you make a poll here? Hold on. Quick actions. Is there quick actions for this? No. Wait. How do you make a poll? Shoot. I think you can only do that if you're like affiliate or something. My account is affiliate, but not this. But not the Fauna is not affiliate actually. And the reason why we don't have it affiliate is we want to avoid the ads from coming out. Well, I think making a poll is pretty hard because there's going to be a lot of deviation, like with the days and the time. But again, we'll be looking into this, and again, at the very least, I've heard that majority of the thoughts here are leaning towards weekends and evenings. Even if not weekends, it's Friday. So yeah, your opinions have been heard. We're looking into this. Alright, I think we can drop off of the discussion of Fauna Wednesdays from here. But just keep in mind, again, I'm repeating the point that this bi-weekly tournament, we can change the name. Basically, we could call it Fauna Wednesdays ever the change. But we can change the name. There's no problem. We could come up with a new name for it. Fauna Fridays would have actually had a good ring, but we'll come up with a name for it. But it's basically our bi-weekly, and it's going to be the same format. The only changes we're going to really be doing is its schedule. Let's move forward, and let's talk about the trade-off that we've been having from here. So the thing is, now that the Fauna Wednesdays, I'm just gonna keep calling it a bi-weekly to avoid the confusion instead. So now that the bi-weeklies become our serious tournament, it's basically become a prized event. How do I put this? So this pretty much means that we already have like more of a serious tournament. I don't know if you guys have been considering the Fauna, the bi-weekly serious event. I've always wanted it to be, but the fact that there hasn't really been anything at stake with it made it really casual, I think, in general. Whether you wanted to take it seriously or not, there was nothing at stake, truthfully speaking. So by having the bi-weekly, we're kind of losing that casual aspect to it. And the thing is, you can take the bi-weekly casually as well, but the fact remains that there would be something at stake there. So I really think that it would be nice for us to still maintain a bit of a casual tournament that doesn't have any price pulls into it, and make people a little bit more at ease in partaking to this. So there's no debate on this. We will be hosting casual tournaments. The thing now we're taking into consideration is, or well, basically the things you see here on the screen. We're considering opening it to all regions, because if it's just going to be a purely casual event, then there really isn't a reason to lock it within just Asia, Oceania, and East Russia. Well, at least that's what we've been thinking. And I want to hear your guys' opinion on this. We're also thinking about when we should be hosting this, like what day and time. It's pretty much the same concerns with the Fauna weekly, the bi-weekly. We're also thinking about the frequency. Should this also be a bi-weekly? And if this, of course, opens to all regions, we have to consider how we do the seeding. So these are the things we've been considering for the casual tournament that we'll be making in the future. Again, I just realized I used the word prospect, but this actually is going to be certain. You live on the moon, so the ping doesn't matter. Yeah, so obviously one of the issues if we open it to all regions is ping, high ping. But the thing is, we've already been having that within the Fauna as well. Even if it's just within Asia, we already have ping issues. But the thing is, since it's casual, I don't think people should be bothered by it but that much. It should be expected instead. And the mere fact that it's called open to all regions is already expected. At the same time, it's casual, so there's nothing at stake, meaning there's going to be less reasons for frustration for the participants or the players. Again, you know, there will be people who might just get turned off by that. It turns a fight into turn-based strategy. Yeah. Yeah, basically open to all regions mean open to all regions. That's the whole idea. So, okay, again, I want to reiterate, or rather make a correction. I used prospect on this, on the whatever this visual I have is, but it's more of a guaranteed. We're guaranteed to have a casual tournament. We will be making this. The thing is, it's just we need to consider these things. Okay, if you put 2 chapter chats face down and switch friend to attack. Alright, okay, so of course, let me share my 2 cents on this. I think that, yes, I think it would be a great idea to open this to all regions, because I think we've been gathering already some attention from people outside of our regions. Most especially, actually, majority of the donors from the Fauna Wednesdays were actually from, how do I call this? Majority of the donors were actually from outside our regions. And again, I like to thank those people who've supported us. And there were also a lot of spectators from there. Yeah, we have Bicav, there were Black Atlas, Vixie, Baker Bum. I think I mentioned all of those that were outside our region. Oh no, and them. Don't forget them, of course. So those were our generous donors from outside our region. CADP Gamer and Voxy were the people within our region that also contributed to the prize pool. So again, like to repeat my thanks to that. But going back to this, I think it'd be good to have this on to open it to all regions and to be able to cater it, make it accessible to to other regions as well, because obviously we have to take into consideration the time, but there's really no way to cater to all regions at the same time in a conducive manner. At the very least, I think the middle ground we can do is Sundays at 1 p.m. GMT plus 8. I also like to cite that this will be offset from the prize bi-weekly that we'll be having. So basically, for example, if this week there's the Fauna bi-weekly, the following week will be the casual tournament. So they won't be on the same week. They won't be on consecutive. Does that make sense? That's the idea that I've been thinking for the casual tourney. Now contribute to you. So I don't know. Again, if you guys have some ideas on this, let me know. But I think this would be able to cater to. This would be somewhat catering to all regions, and by making this offset, there won't be too many issues with the timing of this. I'm also thinking it should be like a bi-weekly as well. At the same time, we could just test it out, because again, I think this is something that requires a bit of trial to find out, because I don't think we're really ever going to know until we try it. Again, I think this is going to be tentative for now, but look into this as what will be the potential thing we'll be running. Alright, so I think that's it for the casual tourney. Again, if you have some thoughts, keep dropping them. I'm reading the chat as we go. But I think we can move on to talking about the other events that we have. So, or rather the events that we've had and we might be having. So obviously we've already talked about the Fauna Wednesdays, which will be the Fauna bi-weekly or some sort for now. And the Lambs. Basically, the Fauna Wednesdays was an evolution from the Banana Weekly arcade. Then it became the Fauna Weekly. And then we made it into a bi-weekly, and we called it the Fauna Wednesday because it's being held on Wednesdays. The Lambs is our monthly beginners tournament. By the way, I want to already mention right now before I continue that practically our first confirmed event for this year is the Lambs, which will be held next week on January 9th, Sunday. It'll be at 2 p.m. GMT plus 8. Again, only open to Asia, Oceania, and East Russia. So if you guys are eligible, you can register now. But practically these two events, the bi-weekly and the Lambs, are already going to be our staple. So please expect that we'll be having a regular bi-weekly prize tournament as well as a monthly beginners tournament all throughout. We will be continuing from this on. You claim that promo stage for Fauna should be now night by instead of day variant. Why is that? That was a little bit out of the blue, but why is that, Sky? Are the Lambs still going to keep out the existing graduates? There was a point in time where top 3 was excluded, so they'll never get the chance to get first place. Wait, sorry, I didn't catch that. Ah, right, the Lambs number 2. So I think you're pertaining to when Uma, Division, and Mikey Beats were all 3 considered graduates because of the tournament turnout. Is that right? And that means Division and Mikey Beats won't be able to partake. You can't remember who it was. It only happened one instance where we graduated more than one person in a single Lambs. The reasoning behind that was that there is a huge number of participants in that tournament. There was actually Lambs number 2 was non-region locked. So we had like 20 plus participants for that. And the thing is, I think that the concern at the time was whether to, how do I put this? If Division and Mikey Beats would still be considered as beginners at the point of the skill that they displayed in the tournament. I think that should be up for further discussion. I think it would be good to reconsider if Division and Mikey Beats should still be considered graduates. Uma definitely graduate for sure. I think that could be a discussion among the mods if that should remain the same. But at the same time, like, I'm considering if Mikey could still be considered a beginner at this point. Then again, our basis has pretty much been what should we call this? Yeah. Uma was a warm-up winner. The thing is, again, I'd like to reiterate that the Lambs is a beginners tournament. That's been its whole idea. So at the same, it's kind of also strange, or rather a little bit weird, to like ungraduate people and make them eligible for this tournament. Just my 2 cents. Yeah, I've never graduated the Lambs, and I can't partake in it. I'm barred from it due to qualification. The point is, the Lambs is a beginners tournament, so pretty much the focus here is the newer players, and if not, the less experienced players. The reason why we extended it to intermediate, honestly, I think it has a great idea that it's just a beginners tournament, but the reality is our scene is pretty small, so we pretty much have to extend it to intermediate so that there will be an actual number of participants for the Lambs. Even then, we occasionally like have just 5 participants, which we have to make it a round robin. Never finished school. Fun a success story. Anyhow, I think we can go back on the discussion of the Lambs at a later time. But for now, I think that it's a little bit iffy still to ungraduate people from this event. You're thinking of hosting Lambs more often. Hmm. Right, that's a thing to consider. If it becomes more often. Huh. Hosting the lambs more often while we're having bi-weeklies at the side. It's gonna be tricky, a little bit tricky. But yeah, twice a month, make it a bi-weekly, see how it goes. You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. I think we'll look into it further. Yeah, if you have some thoughts as well. You just picked us this game again after only playing for like 3 days. This sounds fun. What? Is this an actual person? Hello? I'm not playing right now. We're not playing right now. Okay. But yeah, yeah, it's something definitely we will be looking on to hold the lambs twice. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that this will be up for further discussion. So, consider that being taken into consideration. What? That's a weird sentence to say. Hi there, Arnab. We're talking about events we've had. We already previously talked about Fauna Wednesday and Casual Tournament. You can check the VOD for rewind or ask the people in the chat what's happened. Anyhow, basically, I just want to reiterate, Fauna Wednesdays and the Lambs will be our staple. I don't think they will be going away. The occasional other events we have are, what else do we have here? Occasionally, we would be having like the Free for Falls by CDP Gamer. He would used to hold it on Saturdays. I think he's just been more preoccupied, so we haven't been holding this lately. But this was basically our like event for exhibition matches, first to exhibition matches, extremely casual, and then afterwards we go to assault mines. Hey, hi there, Null. Yeah, I can't believe we've been here. I've gotten here. Yeah, literally started the game at the same time as you, and here I am. I don't know what happened. When's group assault mine runs? Yeah, we should be running more of those more often, honestly, but it's just kind of iffy to find a good day. That's something we'll look into further as well. Yeah, I forgot to put that as well here as part of the visuals, the salt mine runs. Yeah, the salt mine Saturdays just died. It was pretty hard to hold consistently. Oh, there you go. So that's an actual person. Hello. Yeah. Anyway, Christmas event. Yeah, there's still the event. Anyhow, yeah, the Free for Falls was one of the events that we also used to run. We had the Prairie versus Rain, which was basically our randomized crew battle that we opened to all regions. I think we would occasionally have this. The same time we held the Fauna Raid. It was a 1 versus all event. We held this twice. I think so far we've only held this twice, with Tailnick and myself being the raid bosses. So that was pretty fun, I guess. We also had the Team Trample. This was the event by Asterisk. The 3 versus 3 team battle round robin, which basically people form their teams and then try to best the other teams. So these were some of the past events we've had. We also had, you know, the Fauna Party. This one is not really in the game type of event, but it was a fun game show. My opinion was pretty fun, and hoping to see more things like these in the future. Cadence and Jive, in particular, were the people behind organizing this. So if you want more news on that, I think if we want to see more of that, I think they will be preparing that. Yeah, we also had some of the events that I've hosted, like made out of the from the fly. So the first one that I ever made was the Muddle Fuddle. I don't know if people still remember this, but this was basically my debut in hosting and commentating an event. This was way back in March last year. This is the first time I've ever hosted or organized and commentated on an event, like any kind of event. So yeah, that was... I think I'd like this to come back, but I think I'll only bring it back if a new character comes out. Because the prize that I had for that was the Shanty
key. Basically was waiting for Shanty to release, and the prize was was guaranteeing people to get a Shanty key. So I think would pretty much do the same in the future. And of course, the one that you mentioned, Sky, the first one single elimination bracket. This one, the survival of the fittest. It was a little bit of a chaotic event, but I think it was pretty fun. So, why do I bring these up? Obviously, the question I'll be asking is, are there any events in particular you'd like to see to making a return? Or wait, that's a different text from what I've shown. But, because the thing is, obviously, we'll be focusing on events that attract the most interest. Because after all, the events are for the people in the community. So, which events would you like to see come back first? And I already seen like people mentioning bring back the single elimination, or rather Nick's mentioning that at the very least. So yeah, Team Trample, we would like to call on asterisk on this one if the kid stops being busy. Yeah, the Team Trample, I partook in that, but also no, yeah, I partook in that, and as well as helped in commentating the second time. Yeah, that was fun. Bring back the Sunday activity. Yeah, we would be having the Sunday night activities. Wait, what? Oh, Genshin claims another right. Aster has been claimed by Genshin Impact. It's so funny that my story is the opposite. Like, I had been playing Genshin Impact, and then I moved on to fighting games. My story is the opposite. Best of one in the raid are the easiest to organize on the surface. That is true. Those are actually the easiest to prep up. Gen 5 MOP watch along. You know what, guys? You host that by yourselves. You have free reign to go and watch Gen 5. Keep me out of that. The single elimination events are so much fun to watch, Mikey said. So it seems like there's a bit of attention to the whatchamacallit. There's attention to the survival of the fittest. That single elimination best of one event. I think we could host that again. And I think if we're going to host it again, we could stream more matches compared to the first time we streamed it. This first time we streamed it, it took barely 30 minutes and the event already finished. We had 16 participants in that tournament and it took 30 minutes to finish. Obviously that makes sense because it's a single elimination and best of one. But that was really fast. So I think maybe we could also increase the amount of stream matches since it's a best of one after all. Barbie's not related to TFH. That's true. So no EQ girls. It's weird ass stuff. Yeah, losers brackets where most of the time is spent. That's usually one of the things that takes the time of the tournament. So by making it single elimination, it cuts it a little bit shorter. I like the chaotic feel of the single elimination best of one tournaments though. And I think that will be forever its appeal. I did think that maybe we could still make it a double elimination, but still a best of one. But I think, again, the whole idea of the survival of the fittest is exemplified by how it's so merciless. You're the losers bracket, play twice as much. That's basically the life of the losers bracket. But with survival of the fittest, we're basically cutting it by a huge mile. Anyway, I'm noticing more interest with the survival of the fittest. So most likely we're going to be pushing that with a priority. Team Trample will be looking into that further as well. We'll communicate with Asterisk, the original organizer of this event. But nevertheless, that doesn't mean, of course, that we're going to drop all the other events. I believe Prairie versus Rain has a little bit of interest from, most especially from people outside of the fauna. Oh, when I say outside of the fauna, our usual regions, because how do I put this? Well, firstly, it's non-region locked. That's why it attracts some attention. If the devs bring back the Sacred Salt Chest crown in lobby, you'd like the event around it. Oh, that was a thing? Okay, I honestly have no idea about this thing. So you can put more share more information about this. I have no idea what that is. Anyhow, I think we'll be moving on from this topic. You guys can discuss this further. You don't pay attention to MLP, but the moment you heard this game had rollback, yeah, great Gigawatt. Yeah, stay in this game. And by the way, join our Discord if you're not yet on our Discord. All right, but I think I'll be moving on from the events because I think I've already heard your thoughts. But again, don't be afraid to continue talking about what you'd like to come back. So I think, yeah, that'll be it. Pretty much, I'd like to just reiterate, we will be continuing with prize tournaments. We're considering to have it on Saturdays based on the feedback we got from you guys. The time may be still in further consideration, but the one I proposed was 7 p.m. We're also going to be doing casual tournaments on Sundays, offset from our prize bi-weekly, and that'll be on at 1 p.m. Open to all regions. That's the plan. Again, we'll look into it further. Again, let's move forward. So, for a whole day, the entire Fauna staff have been comprised of purely Filipinos. Myself, Gaijin, Hitsuji, CADP Gamer, and Zakira. Hell yeah. Pure Filipino Fauna staff. I can't believe we cover Asia Pacific and it's all managed by Filipinos. Oh gosh, you got auto-modded. I don't care. I'll allow it. Okay. But yes, the Filipinos have taken over. But don't worry. Don't worry, guys. Not for long. Not for long. Because I'm here to introduce a new moderator to you. And maybe you guys already have some idea who may be our new mod. We're tired of getting colonized. We're colonizing the... It's our time. Sushi. And you know what? Yeah, this time, we're the ones that are going to outsource. We're outsourcing a new mod. Nah, it's not Sky. It's not Sky. Okay, so the thing is, I've interacted with this person a lot. Almost every day at this point. Well, yes, Sky also fits that description, but it's not Sky. Basically, his maturity and skills in mediating, along with his professional background, will be great assets in helping the Fauna be a great community. So please welcome, please join me in welcoming our new moderator. Oh fuck, I fucked it up. Screwed it up. Please join me in welcoming our new moderator, Jai. So yeah, so the Filipino reign is over. Jive is our new moderator. So, as you know, Jive is from Singapore, and I believe he will be really, really helpful in helping our community. Thing is, I've heard a lot of his thoughts. Again, he's had a background in League of Legends. I think his professional background will be pretty much a good. We'll allow him to give us some insights on whatchamacallit. He will give us some insights on how we can maintain our professionalism in our tournaments, because you know, most especially now that we have a prize tournament, these sort of things should be handled with care. At the same time, of course, again, I've had already personal experiences with Jive, and I think his skills in mediating will be really, really helpful in moderating the community. So again, Jive is a new Fauna moderator, effective. I haven't set him as moderator yet on the Discord, but after this, you will see him having the mod status. So yay! Anyhow, so that's pretty much I think what we have. So I think this time, oh no, I used the wrong transition. Doesn't matter. Now I just want to talk about the other things we have in the pipeline. Basically, when I say this, these are things that we have planned to work on, or at least the things that I've been thinking that we should be working on. But the thing is, we don't really have a concrete, too much of a concrete idea yet. Or if not, we don't have really a good idea of when we will be able to implement this soon. Because, again, we're not really a company. We're just people who just want to have fun and do stuff. So I can't really give you a date on like when these things will come up, and the thing is we've already have some ideas for these, and we may be seeking your thoughts on these things in the future, but these will be for later to work on. So firstly, the mod structure. What does this mean? Basically, I want there to be a bit more clear line of like what do the mods exactly entail, what do they do. And the thing is, the reality is each of us have pretty much different functions. Like each of us have been working on different things. For instance, Zakira is a moderator, but reality is Zakira isn't that often around. At the same time, he's still very important to the Fauna, because without him, we won't be having the Pixel Lobby. And without him, we wouldn't be having our rain bot on the server, which has been doing a lot of things for us. Not only the frame data, but the newly implemented stuff which Zakira and Ryukusen work together on. The newly implemented system on our Discord, which automatically shows who's playing them's fighting herds and then looking for games role sort of thing. We're all thanks to Zakira and with his work together with Ryukusen. So obviously each of the mod have a you didn't implement the functionality behind Rain, but I think you kind of like helped with the discussion. Basically, that kind of developed how it went down in the first place. And also, you're the one who suggested it. I think that's why we wouldn't have gotten that idea had you not raised that in the first place, Rico-sen. So I'm crediting you on that note. Nevertheless, the point is that I want to make is it obviously appears that each of the mods have a different function. So we're still going to be grouped as the mods, basically, but we're also going to clear line like as to what each of the mod has as a function, and we're going to clarify that still. We don't really have anything finalized yet, but just keep note of that. Each of the mod will be kind of like have a bit more focus on different aspects. Secondly, update to server rules. Honestly, some of the rules that we have as of now, while they're of course suitable rules, as time went on, some of the rules become a little bit more lacking of clarity. Like I think we could be a bit more specific on something. So we will be planning on updating the server rules, and we're basically going to rework the whole welcome section of the Discord. We're not going to remove the rules sky. As a matter of fact, we might append more rules just so that we could prevent you from being an edgelord in the general. I'm joking. Rule number 1, you think. But yeah, we will be updating the server rules and make sure a bit more clarity is in place, so that there will be less confusion. And basically everything's just how to put this? It's not only just the server rules as well, but we're also thinking of, how do I put this? Adding a few more things, like maybe including our socials on the welcome page, because I don't think our Twitter and YouTube are anywhere listed on the Discord, unless like some people just share the tweets, but other than that they're not really posted there. So I think we'll be revamping the welcome section as a whole. Anyhow, that's something to keep an eye out. Next one is as well the Hall of Fame improvements. So I think you noticed that in the last Fauna Wednesdays, we made use of the top 8er, and I thought that would be nice. But after some discussion with the mods, most especially with Hitsuji, yeah, I just realized that yeah, we actually the Fauna actually had some great visuals, or rather great banners before, and Hitsuji was the one working on those. So Hitsuji previously worked on the top 4 banners, and they look really nice. I think people can agree on that. At the same time, if we make use of those types of banners, the fauna banners will seem a bit more unique. So we will be listing Hitsuji's service on that. So they will be making a return. Aside from the top 4 banners, we also plan to have a special showcase of the LAM graduates, because like we keep having the LAM graduates. I really thought that it would be nice if we have a display showcasing all of the LAM graduates. Of course, this will display all of the previous LAM graduates as well. Like, it's kind of like an alumni display of sorts. So that's something we're looking into. And of course, as each new LAM graduate comes, they will be posted on the Hall of Fame. Like, yeah, kind of like maybe a school photo album. So again, we'll be consulting Hitsuji on that one. And yeah, basically that. Next up, aesthetic revamp. I guess this kind of like goes along with the Hall of Fame things that I mentioned. But I think overall, the visuals and aesthetic style we use within the Fauna has been somewhat inconsistent. Like, look at this. For instance, the one that we commissioned Sky to do this. Yeah, like, I'm going to be honest. I have no idea how to work with aesthetics. I'm no graphic designer of any sort, but I think this is something we can definitely work on. Now, I'll be honest at the same time as well. This will not be the main priority that we'll be having, because I think the aesthetics can come out after. As long as we have the events, those are the most important things. So this is not the priority. However, I'm already opening our doors. If you guys would like to contribute to helping build a theme, an aesthetic theme for the Fauna, if you have some ideas, feel free to share them. If you want to work with us, you can come forward. We'll try to work out on some things. And when I say that, I mean, of course, compensation in case you do have some great ideas, and we'll be taking them. But again, not our main priority, so it'll take a little bit of time. Future Punk City, while our name is the Fauna, it's kind of a yeah, the thing is, we also have to work with our name as well, I feel. Anyhow, another thing is we may be seeking new bracket managers and commentators as well down the line. Well, we haven't opened the doors exactly yet. However, if you are interested in help in learning how to like become a tournament organizer, or if you want to debut or like try to get your toes into commentating, stay posted, because we will be having these sort of things. Hello, Umare. We are talking about the Fauna plans. So yeah, if you are interested in tournament organizing or commentating, stay posted, because one of these days we'll be opening the doors for that, and just express your interest, because there will be opportunities. Lastly, an invitational tournament will be somewhere down the line. This is just an idea at this point. I don't have anything really planned for this. However, the concept that I have for this, honestly, I just thought of this earlier, like literally an hour ago. Commentating should be chosen like it's jury duty. Something like, Mikey Beats, you are for commentary. Please make sure you come forward, or else you'll be banned or something. I don't know. But yeah, invitational tournament. The thing is, basically the warm-up has died. But And I still want there to be some sort of like top 8 tournament. The translation. it's kind of like a presentation. But yeah. Sorry, let me talk about it. So the warm-up tournament has pretty much stopped. We're already I think spring, not spring. Actually, maybe spring will be coming one day. Wait, is it spring or it's fall season? No, winter. It's already winter and spring season hasn't really finished yet. So, oh yeah, the marriage. So, I'm looking into having an invitational tournament. Honestly, I like the format that the warm-up had back then. The one where each winner of each warm-up will be fighting in a final showdown. I like that format a lot. So I'm looking into revisiting that. Winter is here. Heck yeah. So yeah, I'm looking into revisiting that because I like that format a lot and I want it to make a return. But the thing is, I don't really know how we're going to be pulling that off. I could brainstorm here right now, but I think that's something we should think about later down the line. But again, if you have some ideas, if you're also interested in this idea, you can drop down your thoughts. But I think we could save this for like later on. Most especially, we're thinking 3.0 release may be the best time to have this invitational type of tournament to come out. Like the old Capcom Cup, Fauna Weekly having points and top 8 is invited. Yeah, so those sort of things. Basically, I just want there to be a top 8 tournament. Basically, there's a warm-up finale right now. Well, it's kind of hard because Soup is the one in charge, or rather, Soup is the one holding those. So, without Soup, we can't have the warm-up finale. So, right, again, this is something we'll be looking down the line. I think the best time to get started on thinking about the invitational tournament will be once 3.0 comes out. That's the one that I think that's the best time to start thinking about this. So we'll save this for another time. Anyhow, that's pretty much the things that we have that we have in store, like down the pipeline. There's no actual deadlines for these or like set dates on like when we will be able to implement these, but most especially the first 5, numbers 1 to 5, this will be happening down the line for sure. It's just a matter of when. I think the mod structure and update to server rules will come out the soonest. Implement these before story mode 2, chapter 2. I don't know, we'll see. Anyhow, that's pretty much everything that I have. I don't really have anything else prepared. That's all of the things that I've wanted to discuss. So do you guys have any other comments, feedback, or some suggestions for us? Your feedback is stop playing Tianho. I'll consider that. If Oleander gets the Crumb palette, I will be playing Oleander. Either Shrieks, the LFG role should disappear if the person doesn't find a match in 20 minutes. You can remove the LFG role by yourself manually. We can't really do anything. It's hard to automate that thing. So basically the LFG role is toggleable. Yeah, that sounds like an implementation nightmare. My suggestion for you is to toggle the LFG role. Honestly, even the other people would like to remind everyone, if you're using the LFG role on the Discord, make sure to toggle that. Turn it off if you're no longer looking for fights. Turn it on if you're looking for fights. You've seen an automated LFG role in another Discord server you're in, so it's definitely possible. Well, that's great. We would appreciate it if you can share us how this can be implemented, because the LFG role and the automated TFH role were manually developed by the people in this community. So yeah, it's definitely nice. Low-key reckon Gaijin kind of... What? What the fuck, Mikey? Funny thing, by the way, that just the thought came out because you mentioned that. I was actually planning on having a surprise face reveal here, because I think the dialogue is a lot better if you see the person talking, and I think it would have been best if I had shown my face, just like how Banana Soup shows his face on the Fauna Direct. Because Banana Soup shows his face on the Fauna Direct, he doesn't use the VTuber model or PNG tuber models when he is doing the Fauna Direct. However, my webcam isn't working, so I guess yeah, it's not gonna work. It's this guy wearing a homemade crumb mask. Hi there, Pillow. So yes, if you guys have and I'm hoping the comments, feedback, and suggestions are more about the Fauna rather than me. Thank you very much. So right. Oh, maybe I have some ideas here. Draw myself and stick it here. What? Like make a self-portrait? Your feedback is to remove me? Why? Do you dislike me that much? The more poorly drawn, the better. Sheesh. Don't worry, I can poorly draw myself up very easily. Speaking of which, I'll be having a haircut from 2 hours from now. So, goodbye to my long hair very soon. Do not buy followers, primes, and viewers. No. Let us ban that. So yes, they are gone. Okay. Buy your drawings and set. Yes, that's right. Speaking of which, if you guys always been seeing the Fauna display we have here, Sky is the one who worked on that. We commissioned, Banana Soup commissioned her for this one. So, if you want to check on her art, make sure to check her Twitter. While I'm at it as well, because soon we'll be working on visual vamps. Yeah, of course, Hitsuji as well. I wanted to mention Hitsuji is a cool guy, and I believe he's open for commissions, and I think very soon I might be one of the customers. But anyhow, yeah, make sure to check Suji's Twitter. He's open. I believe he's open for commissions. Is the Sunday night activity coming back? You don't remember? There are no plans for the Sunday night activity to come back under my management, or rather under my organization. The thing is, we've opened this before already, like because at the time I wanted to focus on some personal stuff. That's why I stopped hosting the Sunday night activities. But honestly, as of late, I've become less busy again, but maybe I will be busy again because there are some art stuff that I want to work on. For example, I have a pending art for Pandesal, because he got 4th place in the Fauna Wednesdays, and I owe him Pekora art. Sunday night Netflix when? Maybe those are some ideas. But yeah, those are some things down the line. The other community events. Oh right, I didn't include it here. MLP, or rather, NFT. What? Sunday night showdown. Anyway, for Friday, the watch-alongs will resume. By the way, so I'll resume the watch-along this Friday. So we're going to continue that. I'll be making an announcement for that as well. Into your place. Alright, so how about shrine events? Yeah, the thing is, the shrine events is the free for phone fights. That was the event that CADP Gamer would host, and hopefully it could make a return. If not, we can consult on him on that matter. But that was our shrine events, basically. Winner gets a URL hyperlink to a JPEG. In other words, you just get a commission. Anyhow, I believe that's pretty much it, right? I'd just like to summarize what we've discussed, and I might do some weird rewinding here because I'm not sure which slide it was. So yeah, the state of the fauna. That's not important. I think the one that we should summarize is this one. Firstly, we discussed the Fauna Wednesdays, and I think most of you guys have responded that it would be best to move it. And for now, the proposal is Saturday 7 p.m. and most likely this will be the case because this is what you guys feel comfortable with. So we'll be definitely changing the name. We'll come up with a better name because Fauna Wednesdays won't cut it if it will be on Saturday. And I think the Fauna Wednesday name is kind of weird, not gonna lie. Secondly, the casual tournament will be held offset Sundays. That is the plan. Probably 1 p.m. and it'll be open to all regions. These are the things that I've cited, my thoughts, and I didn't really hear much of input as to when from you guys for this one. So this will be the tentative. What else did we talk about? Right, the events that we've had, some of the events that will be making a return. Most of you expressed interest to survival of the fittest, so we'll be putting a higher priority on that. But rest assured, the other events will also be making a return, so stay posted for those. And Jive being our new moderator at the Fauna, so please welcome him and annoy him to no ends. And lastly, that's the wrong transition, doesn't matter. Anyhow, and lastly, you mentioned like the other things we have in the pipeline, but these things have no specific plans yet down the line. Rather, we don't have a clarity yet down the line. It's kind of amazing that this niche game has a dedicated following. We're doing our best, and personally, I really like this game a lot, and I like this community a lot. So I'll be doing my best to put my all to make sure this the community, the Fauna, moves forward for everyone. There's some weird chats from Russians and I don't know why, but anyhow. So yeah, those are the things we have down the line. So thank you very much, you guys, for dropping in and having this talk with us. This is the Fauna Direct, basically. Makes you think of the dedicated fist of the North Star fighting community. Yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much, you guys. If you have some other like follow-up feedback, comments, suggestions, you can have the discussion like in the generals. You can drop your suggestions in the suggestions channel. Make sure that you guys are in the Discord. I think pretty much everyone here, almost everyone here who are partaking are in the Discord. By the way, sorry that I don't know how to do the commands on the YouTube. Is there a command on the YouTube there? Oh shit, I don't know. I'll just post the Discord over there with manually like this, I guess. So yeah, if you guys have some additional insights, yeah, I just copied link. If you guys have some additional insights on the, it came out late. The night bomb responded extremely late. Anyhow, yeah, if you guys have some other things you'd like to drop as suggestions, make sure to share it to us. Drop it in the suggestion channel, or you could like mail the mod mail. We have the mod mail on our Discord, by the way. Yeah, the fist of the North Star game is weird. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Because again, I want to make it clear that we're the ones trying to organize, try to how do you call this? Moderate the community, pretty much taking the lead from here, the Fauna mod staff. But at the end of the day, we're really just a community. We're not really a company. We're not like a company providing products to you. It's more of us together, building and making these events for us to enjoy. So that's why we always want to hear your thoughts on like what we should be doing or what we could be doing. Not a company. Yeah, what do you mean? There's no way the Fauna will be a company. That'll be weird. We're riding on just having an event based on this niche game. But anyhow, these are the things we have in store. We might be making some tweets and oh yeah, and we're also posting the summary on the Discord announcement later on. But for now, that'll be it. Thank you very much, guys, and see you next time.